Where do you go when you're craving some of the best damn chicken in the San Fernando Valley? Crispy, juicy, and straight out of Chicago? Today on Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley, we're at Best Damn Chicken in Chatsworth, one of the newest restaurants shaking up the San Fernando Valley food scene. This spot's bringing authentic Chicago-style flavor to Los Angeles with fried chicken that's golden, crunchy, and seasoned to perfection. From that first crispy bite to their signature house-made Kool-Aid, every detail feels straight out of the Midwest. Bold, flavorful, and unforgettable. If you're searching for some of the best fried chicken or fish in the San Fernando Valley, or want to check out one of LA's hottest new restaurants, this is the place everybody's talking about. What if I told you there's a place in Chatsworth that offers up Chicago-style fried chicken and fish? Well, what is Chicago-style fried chicken and fish? You're gonna have to stay tuned on this episode to find out. So today we're in Chatsworth at Nordhoff and Canoga on the southwest corner, and let's go check out Best Damn Chicken. Brandon, it's amazing to be here.
Thanks for coming back, Todd.
All right, so congratulations on opening Best Damn Chicken.
Yes.
All right, let's start with this. So I think most people have heard of Nashville hot chicken, Southern fried chicken. What in the world is Chicago-style fried chicken and fish?
Well, you know, we have Southern roots, you know, so Chicagoans do. And so Chicago like a lot of seasoning on their food, and specifically their chicken and fish, we like a little bit of dry lemon pepper. And then we have a sauce that was created by Chicagoans but made commercial by the people that open their restaurants called mild sauce. So we put a little bit of lemon pepper on there, and then we put some mild sauce on it, and that's what makes it Chicago style.
Wow, so how did you decide even to open up this place?
Well, about when I moved here 20 years ago, I was looking to bring Chicago to LA. I was like, a taste of Chicago. I wanted a whole complex of Chicago-style restaurants. And I was in the franchise mode at that time, thinking about things. And then about 10 years ago, I got close to bringing a franchise out here, a chicken place. But then that went out the window in the 11th hour. And so about 5 years ago, I actually had another location, but I never opened it. For some higher power, it said, now is not the time. And so fast forward 5 years to now, here I am. Right location, right time, right people behind me. It's only God.
You guys don't just have fried chicken, you have catfish also.
Yeah, it's a hit too. People are loving the catfish. You can't have fried chicken without catfish, because you got to think about the people that don't eat meat, you know? So some people are pescatarian and want the catfish, and just like we have cauliflower on the menu, and we have a vegetarian, what we call a pizza puff. And that's also what makes it Chicago style too. Only Chicagoans have pizza puffs.
That sounds really good. So walk me through, what does that look like?
A pizza puff?
Yeah.
Oh, pizza puff is some fried pita bread with dough in the inside, and then pizza ingredients. Now, we serve the sausage, which is the original pizza puff. We also serve the beef. The sausage is a pork one, but the beef, of course, is beef. And then we also serve a spinach one.
All right, so going back to your catfish, what does that taste like? Because I think a lot of people envision like a very gamey-ish taste when it comes to catfish.
Not here. Not here. Our process is to take the gaming out. And it was also a process of picking the right fish. So it's very meticulous in picking our fish and our chicken.
All right, well, something that you guys have that my kids didn't really grow up with, but they love when they have the opportunity, and I grew up with it, is you have Kool-Aid, which I think is so awesome.
Yeah. Kool-Aid is nostalgic for everyone.
For sure.
You know, and so when we were deciding which Kool-Aid to go, of course, blue was my favorite. But then my wife was like, we need red, because originally we had purple. And in the 11th hour again, I changed it to red. Plus it goes with our colors,
right,
which are the Chicago flags colors, blue and red and white.
Love it. All right, let's go back in the kitchen and see how you do everything.
All right, let's do it. Cool.
All right, Brandon, what are we making right now?
Right now, we're about to make what we call the Little Daddy. And what it is a catfish nugget that we just incorporated into the menu this week. It's become a customer favorite. So I'll walk through this process and how we get a Little Daddy done.
Does it look like a chicken nugget?
Yes, it does. It looks like a chicken nugget, but it's a catfish nugget.
All right, so how do you make this?
It's a very simple process. It starts from yesterday as we've been marinating fish, and then once we take the marinated fish out, we apply it to one of these pans, we chop it up, I'll season it, and then we throw it in some batter. Then it takes us a couple minutes to get it done. It's out to the customer.
So I'm starting today with the Little Daddy, the Catfish nuggets. I've been looking forward to trying this all day. So let's start with that. Get one of these guys right here. And then I'm gonna dip it into the hot sauce. You know me, I like spicy. So get it into that hot sauce right here. Brandon's definitely right. You definitely don't have that gaminess that you normally typically associate with catfish. Obviously it does taste like fish, it's not chicken, but I like that fried texture on it. And it's not too fried where there's too much batter that's been fried on it. Sometimes I just don't think that's enjoyable to eat because then essentially you're just eating the fried batter, but you're able to taste the flavor and the juiciness of the fish itself. And then of course there's seasoning that we talked about before. And then this hot sauce right here has a very Tabasco-like flavor to it. So it's not overwhelming. Yes, it's spicy, but if you like Tabasco, I think it pairs perfectly with the catfish. Of course, you have the fries, and then their amazing coleslaw right here. Wow, that's phenomenal. And then you gotta take a sip of the Kool-Aid. Definitely brings me back to my childhood. All right, let's go see how they make the fried chicken. So this is the 6-piece grand wings, and this has the 6 wings, the coleslaw, the French fries, and like everything else, a piece of bread. And let me just hold one of these up. By the way, they are hot coming right. Everything here is made fresh to order for you guys. So you can automatically see all the seasoning right here on this wing. Now, apparently Chicago style means that a lot of times they like to put the sauce on top of the wings, just spread it all over. That's not my style, but totally dig it. I'm gonna dip it in here. This is actually the mild sauce. You wanna take a bite of this. So again, this is their Chicago style fried chicken. This is what they're known for. And look at the outside. You got that golden crust, super crispy on the outside, but so juicy and tender on the inside. Meat pretty much just falls off the bone. Now, you can tell also that it's been seasoned all the way through, not just on the outside. So that's something really important to remember. And you got that crunch that hits first, and then immediately the flavor of the seasoning, and then obviously depending on what type of sauce you want to put it on. Now, this chicken, right, it's a little peppery, not smoky at all. You wouldn't want that. And honestly, it's quite addicting if I'm being honest. Now, you can't do Chicago style chicken here without classic Kool-Aid. It's sweet, it's cold, and it cuts right through the richness of the chicken itself. Basically, total throwback vibes. Now, this combo is comfort food at its best. So simple, so bold, and obviously packed with flavor. If you grew up on Chicago's soul food or love discovering some of the best fried chicken in the San Fernando Valley, then you have to come and check these guys out. But there's one more thing that I have to try here. All right, there's only one way to end this meal, and this is one of my favorite desserts, is banana pudding. I'm a sucker for this dessert anytime, so you're not gonna have to pull my arm for sure. Now look, they also have pound cake from grandma as well as chocolate cake. So you do have options. So again, I'm gonna be trying the banana pudding right here. And look at all the vanilla wafers right here, a key staple point of a really solid banana pudding. Get a little bit of this. so much banana flavor, right? But the sweetness and the texture of this combined with this wafer, and you know, sometimes I have it really thick, but it's nice, soft and chewy, and goes perfectly with this pudding. I won't be sharing this with anybody. Best Damn Chicken. Where are these guys located? Again, they're in Chatsworth, in a small strip mall on the southwest corner of Canoga Avenue and Nordhoff Street. Man, you gotta give these guys a try. If you like basically fried chicken or catfish, right? Or the banana pudding, just wanna try some soul food, or you wanna try the Chicago soul food, right? Between the chicken and the catfish, everything they have to offer here on their menu. Really can't go wrong with anything. So give these guys a try. This is a brand new local business, and as you know, we're here to support local businesses. So if you like this episode, make sure you like, comment, share, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley.